Hello guys, in this video we will be discussing a potential war between the US, China and Russia. First, we will give you some military statistics, then we will be giving potential strategies these countries would use to try to defeat the other side. Now, let's see how hard this war will be. What will the impact be on the world? And after watching the video, I would like to get your opinion about who might win. I hope you will find this video interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's start by making a comparison between the US military versus the Chinese and the Russians. Take a few seconds, pause the video and check the table. The military in these three countries is equipped with a wide range of equipment across its branches, including ground forces, air forces and naval forces. What do you think? Is the inventory in the armies only that matters, or there are also other factors to influence the outcome of the war? To understand more what I am aiming for, I will be putting some images comparing different equipment from these three countries. So guys, what do you think? Is the inventory in the armies only that matters, or there are also other factors to influence the outcome of the war? For sure, there are other factors that have some influence on the war, like the strategic movement in the world and the training that each army undergoes. The equipment in the war plays a big part, but still, other things have to have a role play in order to make this army successful. In the rest of this video, we will be talking about the strategic movements in the world and how these countries are operating in different continents. Okay guys, let's start. The United States maintains a significant military presence outside the United States, with various military bases, installations, and other forms of military engagement. Okay, let's check some examples. So in Asia, the United States has several military bases in Japan and South Korea as part of a defense agreement. So in Germany, also the United States has several military bases as part of a NATO alliance. Moving on to the Middle East, the United States has a significant military presence in Iraq, Kuwait, other Gulf countries as well. Also, the United States is currently building the biggest embassy in the Middle East and probably the world, in Lebanon. Not to forget, Africa is a major playground for the future wars, and I'll tell you why in a bit. Last but not least, the United States has a lot of military installations in several countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. If you check the map really well, you can see that the US military has built up its defenses around its country to be able to defend any invasion before it reaches its crown. Now, the Chinese military has a limited but growing presence outside of China. It's mainly used as a form of diplomatic missions, peacekeeping operations, and joint military exercises. Let's see where the Chinese army is placed now. China established its first overseas military base in Djibouti, which is primarily used to support Chinese military operations. Then, Myanmar, Chinese has reportedly established a military presence there, including the construction of military facilities, Pakistan, Cambodia, and other African countries. I'll tell you how China worked its way to build military bases in these countries. But before that, let us continue the strategic placement of the Russian military. The Russian military maintains a significant presence outside Russia as well, like the United States, like in Syria, Armenia, Belarus, Central Asia, Middle East, and North Africa. And you can see in the video how they created a defensive line around Russia. If you want to know how the special forces of this army operate, I'm gonna tell you in another video later on how they operate, how they infiltrate the country, and how they work their way into building bases and improving their military presence. As I told you before, I'm gonna also tell you about how the Chinese military were able to build up bases in Africa. After a lot of digging around, my team and I were able to find the information that could lead to understand how the Chinese military operate. They started by making a study where the military bases helped them the most. Then, they went to their respective countries in order to offer help by building bridges, skyscrapers, and factories. They knew that these countries couldn't pay back, so they offered a solution by cutting lands in these countries. And from there, they were able to get vast lands that helped them build their military bases. Each of these three world powers is trying to make the most influence in every part of the world. Their primary use of special forces makes their plan go much smoother. So we can say at the end of our video, it's a new way of colonization under the name of helping others. In this video, we talked about these three countries' strategies without bringing up the subject of a nuclear war, and let's hope this day never comes because the outcome will be disastrous. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Stay tuned for more videos.